Let's do it.
And we are live,
Mate, look at us.
Stato.
How are we?
Look at us. Welcome, ladies and gents. Welcome to Have a Chat with Ray and Stat.
How are we?
And for our first episode, we've got Goose with us.
How you going, guys?
How you doing, cousin?
Good.
Mate, Stat, what are we doing?
Oh, mate. It's just a bunch of muck around, isn't it?
It's a big muck around, eh?
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. You know, having my own podcast, it's fun. You know, for those that don't know, League Chat with the Stat. If you love your NRL, get onto it.
Got the hats going on here, guys. Yeah, hey, Stato from League Chat with the Stat.
Yeah, I know.
Celebrity with me here.
I know, look at that. What an honour. But just getting on the mics, having a bit of a chat, having a laugh. You know, getting the big Goose to join us. It's going to be good.
It's about time. I feel honoured because Stan never invites me to his other podcast. So.
You never got the invite. You finally got the call up.
Yes, and it wasn't from Stan either. But that's okay.
Hey, you know what? I got you, bro. I got you. Don't you worry. But
it's all about picking and choosing, guys.
That's it,
You've got to be wise. No.
Goose, I think you need to get a little bit closer to the mic next time, okay? All good. So we just thought, listen, we're going to let everyone know what's going on. This is a big laugh, right? It's a joke. We put up the photo on social media last night. Won't lie to you. Sorry, tonight. This is popping up tomorrow, but we put it up tonight.
Yeah. I was a little confused.
Yeah. Shows how professional we are.
Look at us.
Bro, got a better response than I thought it was going to. A lot of love.
Yeah, surprised actually.
A lot of
Very
love.
surprised with the amount of love that we've received from, just the image itself. So
A lot of support.
let's just hope it carries,
Yeah, we're going to do those pictures justice. By the way, big thank you to Jamie and Kudos Creative for that logo.
Creative, legendary.
Good logo. Okay, so what we're doing, Goose, we decided we were sort of... First off, we've got all the podcast equipment, right? We've got it all sitting around. We don't do much with it. Every Tom, Dick and Harry's doing a podcast these days. But we were like, let's have a laugh. This guy comes over every other week, to put up his podcast. I help him with the editing and all that. And we end up talking for like an hour, 2 hours. So I said to him, I go, bro, let's just let people in on it. Let's have a chat, have some fun.
I don't know what we're on about.
Let them know what we're on about, And on top of that, and this is the big one, and this is something that I wanted to get into a little bit. There's way too many people out there, podcasts out there that talk rubbish, right? Hey, do what you want. That's your life. But we as Christians constantly complain about it. Too much swearing out there, too much dirty talk, like just not enough good content for people to watch or listen to. And so I've been talking to Stat about this for ages. Like, all right, well, if we're going to keep complaining about it and not do anything about it, we've got no right to complain, right? I mean, am I wrong?
No, not at all. I think it's very important, we just get something out there that's a little, it's all good fun, have a laugh and all that, but just to get some decent content out as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
that's very important.
I mean, listen, if we're going to just keep complaining, keep talking about it, say, why don't people do this, why don't people do that, and don't try to do something, then what's the point? Like, what, you're just going to complain for the rest of your life?
Yeah, do something about it or don't talk at all. That's
exactly.
Kind of my thing on it.
So, Stat, what's this about? Let's have a chat with Ray and Stat. What are we doing here? What's our show going to be?
We're just going to be getting together every week and just having a chat, just on any topic that we think we should decide to talk about and just go with it. Whether it be spiritual, whether it be something in regards to like Christian ethics or morals or different Christian topics itself. If we're just carrying on having a laugh.
Talking about it.
Yeah, just talking about general things. If you want to chuck in a bit of sport, I can give you a little sneak peek into my other podcasts. We can do that. But just more of a laugh, sitting together. But just, in some of the things we want to talk about, just mainly as, we've got to remember that, we are Christians and we are to set an example, especially in all kind of like podcasting and even what we do. So just getting out there and just doing it instead of being talking and just saying nothing, just doing it.
Well, ladies and gents, if you didn't get what Stat was saying, basically saying we've got no idea what we're doing and we're just going to have a laugh.
I just can tell I went off the cuff and I kind of
and I loved it.
Kind of stuffed it up.
It was exactly what it was meant to be. It was great.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing, you guys.
But to be honest, we don't know what we're going to talk about every week.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Off the cuff.
Yeah, whatever pops into our heads. I mean, we've got show notes sitting here, but who knows if we
look how professional we are. We have show notes. We don't know what we're talking about.
So
so far so good. Look at us.
But yeah, so that's basically what we're going to be doing with Have a Chat with Rains. That some weeks we might have guests. This week we've got Goose.
I know. Episode 1. What an honour.
Hey, I feel honoured.
Well, when you get closer to the mic.
It's good to have you, mate.
I feel honoured.
Do you feel honoured?
I do.
Okay.
This happened off the cup as well. This wasn't even meant
Yeah.
to be here.
I know.
It was meant.
It's not have a yarn with Ray Stat and Goose. It's let's have a chat with Ray Stat if you want to just kick it, brother. Kick it with us,
I feel wanted.
mate. Look at you. Look at you, mate. Part of the crew, part of the podcasting clique. Look at you.
Well, Goose has always wanted to be part of a podcast, and he just stayed here all night.
You know what, guys?
You by default.
It feels so natural. I might just spend thousands of dollars on more equipment and just do my own podcast.
Mate, look at you,
You're a
bro.
dog.
And just do what I do for 2 weeks and just get over it like everything else in my room.
That's very good. You should.
Everything else with your pop figures and your anime.
I just like to spend money. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't matter what's...
On what?
What's your latest purchase?
5-year-olds have been getting me into Pokemon cards. At the moment, I'll spend a few hundred on those.
Okay, so I heard about this.
Yes.
I hear you're talking to a lot of kids and trading cards with them.
Just to confirm, their parents are the ones that have come up to me and go, Joe, or Goose, you like anime? Do you like Pokemon? I go, yes. Do you like Pokemon too? They go, no. They go, our kids. I go, huh. They go, you have any Pokemon cards? I go, my Pokemon cards are prehistoric. I go, they are very old. They go, well, my kids like Pokemon cards, so if you don't give them Pokemon cards, we're going to kill you.
It's very
So-
excessive
yeah,
for parents.
very
It's
excessive.
just Pokemon cards. I mean, it's
You're
just.
getting
So-
threatened by parents. now?
Yeah, oh yeah. And
You want to name names?
yeah, so I'll say stuff like,
All right, good talk.
No,
I
let's
mean,
not
That
name
one's over his head.
names. We're gone.
yeah, I didn't hear what you said, but
I think it's best.
it's not like I'm being forced into it. I like Pokemon, and obviously these people have come up to me. They're like family to me, and their kids. I love them as well. So I'll tell the parents, tell your kids, I'm going to come over on this day and I'm going to trade Pokemon cards with your kids. Now to the kids, they're over the moon. To me, I don't have cards to trade. So
So you wait, did you go and buy cards?
oh yeah, like many
All right.
many packs.
So I got to know. So
Yeah.
I know that this has been happening for a number of weeks.
Yes.
So how many cards have you bought? Like how many packs of cards have you bought?
Oh.
And let's talk dollar-wise. How much have you spent? Just for those parents going to be tuning in, if they do. How much have you spent on these
Listen,
Pokemon cards? Just
I'll-
more out of curiosity.
I won't give a number, but it's in the hundreds.
All right, well, that's good to know.
That's $1
We're
hundred.
talking like above 500?
It's in the hundreds.
Oh,
And
good to know then.
packs wise, yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily in the hundreds, but yeah, we're close to it.
All right, so how many of these kids come up to you and ask you to trade Pokemon cards? Well, in their mind, you're trading, but really, you're just
Yeah, there's a few of
dropping
them.
dollar bills you are on these cards.
There's a few of them, but what I love the most is when I was younger, I didn't really have someone to do something along those lines. But when someone did something nice that was older than me, I still remember it to this day.
I like it.
So yeah,
It's good.
So I mean, even if the parents didn't ask me, if I got an idea that these kids like Pokemon cards, yeah, I would probably done the same thing. To come
Keep
over,
it up and tab up.
yeah, to come over, and I mean,
It's the quality time to hang out.
it's the experience. I guarantee you, those kids won't forget it.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? I think that's the point of it, right? I mean, you just said it before. We remember hundreds of times when the older boys did stuff for us. I remember one specific time. I lived in Campbelltown when I was a kid, and I really wanted to go to Epic, but I had I'd work. I had a 3-hour shift at Foodworks. Foodworks fam, miss you guys. I had a 3-hour shift at Foodworks, so I couldn't go. My parents couldn't take me. It wasn't going to happen. So one of the older boys goes, nah, don't worry. I'm going to come and pick you up. 45 minutes out of his way, drives to Campbelltown, picks me up, takes me to Epic, have a blast, and then takes me back home. And you're right. They're not going to forget it, bro. It's good stuff. And we laugh about it now, but it's good stuff.
Like the kids are thinking that only kids my age will like Pokemon cards. That's not true. There's me. I'm joking. There's a major fan base with all anime, let alone Pokemon.
Okay, this isn't your anime podcast.
A huge
now.
fan base.
We're not going to go into
Nice.
I'm talking about the most successful franchise ever in any show. Merchandise,
Are they,
TV shows.
are they paying you for this
They're not.
ad?
They're not. In fact, when we went to Japan, all I wanted to do was go see the Pokemon Center. There's a few of them. They're just Pokemon shops, but Pokemon Center. And I actually got told by a few people to grow up. I told them to grow up, and I went to the Pokemon Center, and it was the best experience of my life.
Mate,
Yeah.
You know what you need to do?
I showed them,
maybe you should stop buying Pokemon cards, buy your own podcasting set, and do a whole thing on anime, bro.
bro.
Look
No,
at you,
please
you fly.
don't. Oh, please don't.
Nah.
Listen,
Get,
Pokemon-
get behind it, bro.
As much as I love Pokemon cards, it isn't my thing. I just do this for the kids. in terms of anime and Pokemon
Okay,
games and
we're
whatnot.
gonna stop there. We're gonna
I'm
stop.
going on and on and on. I can make it all
You can
podcast.
see it in his face.
He's-
He wants to go.
I feel like he's overtaken the.
Mate, in November, they're releasing more Pokemon games. In January, there's another one. I got my year wrapped.
I think you should start a new podcast right now. Go Moosey with the Goosey.
So you know what? Then
Or get Lucy with the Goosey.
then
This
okay,
guy.
that brings us to it. What's the point with a podcast? Why a podcast? What's the point?
Yeah, look, just to I think with the
ladies and gents, off camera we have Jihad in the room.
Yeah, what up,
Come sit
JG?
down, bro.
Evening, gentlemen. It's an absolute honor.
I don't think anyone heard it.
I don't think anyone heard you, or they saw you on the camera.
That's all right.
Evening, gents. It's an absolute honor.
Yeah, look at
Jay,
you.
take a seat.
Thank you for
bro.
making your presence known.
Thank you.
He's walking around the room with one of my baseball bats, just swinging it around, not knowing what to do with himself. Take a seat, bro.
Oh, take a seat.
And breaking half of my.
Go knock over the chairs, big fella.
furniture. Thanks, bro. Yeah, why a podcast?
Mate, why not?
Why not, eh?
Why not?
Well, okay, well, let me ask you this: do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
But they're mostly the ones I listen to are all sport ones.
Yeah.
So, your YKTR, your bloke in a bar.
Mm.
More sport content, really.
Okay.
Just to get the opinion of,
Then how long
those
you been?
people.
How long you been listening to podcasts? How long you been watching them?
Maybe for the last year and a half.
Year and a half. So I've been doing podcasts, bro, since I was in high school.
Mm.
So listening to them since 2015. And I always loved the free flow talk. I always loved the conversation.
Yeah.
I loved feeling a part of it,
Mm.
right? And I was just like, same here, sports podcasts, movie podcasts, Christian podcasts, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've always loved hearing people give their opinion. Goose, do not eat into the microphone, okay?
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, mate.
Oh,
He's ready to come to me.
yeah, of course. Of course. You love that.
I always love listening to him,
Mm.
and I love hearing the dumb stories like Goose just gave us.
Oh, yeah.
It gives
Dumb.
A little bit passionate. Yeah,
a little
just
bit passionate about
Gotta turn it down.
That's
Brother.
only one anime.
Yeah, I know, and we're not going to go into all of them. Don't worry.
We won't have time.
But so that's why I thought let's do a podcast because I'm just a genuine fan of podcasts. But then you started going on with your league chat with the stat one.
Yeah.
What brought that around?
Yeah, look. So I know quite a bit about rugby league. I like to think I know a lot about rugby league.
little bit.
Been watching it my whole life. Been studying it my whole life. I know all the players, know all the tactics. I actually had a podcast in 2013. I'm not sure if you guys know any about this, but had
That was
a
before the podcasting time.
before the
I remember
podcasting
that.
times, 2013.
Where'd you put that
18-year-old
up on
Nathaniel.
Stitcher?
No, it wasn't Stitcher.
Something cloud.
It was
Oh, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, SoundCloud.
Something cloud.
I did it with a mate of mine, Ibs. We did league chat with Ibs and Stat. Hey, Ibs.
Interesting.
But yeah, now we kind of moved on. I kind of stopped that at the end of 2013.
Why?
Just an idiot,
What do you mean?
mate. I could have just kept going through with it. 8-9 years would have been, ahead of the game. I just thought, well, if no one's gonna do it with me, I don't want to do it.
Sure.
And that was what 18 at the time, 17, 18.
So sort of just like, all right.
Yeah,
drop it,
well,
move on.
yeah. So I was like, kind of stopped for the year, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna just keep doing this.
Okay.
And so I kind of just went, had a laugh, and stayed
so
away from it all.
I'm basically asking these questions, but I know the whole story, right? So what made you want to come back to it? Besides me annoying you every other year saying you should
Yeah,
do
you
a
know me
podcast?
every year, but it was one conversation I had with one of the guys at our church, Bobby, and this guy,
Big Bob.
one of my
Shout out,
favorites.
Big Bob.
Yeah, Big Bobby, represent. One of my favorites. We were sitting in his studio in his house, and he got a whiff of the idea. I think it was from you, or he heard from someone that I used to do a podcast back in 2013.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
dubbed you in.
Thank you.
welcome.
And we were having a chat about it. It's like, oh, why don't you get onto it? I'm like, man, I don't have time, through just different church commitments and just, my own personal time. I just don't have enough time to do it. And he goes, that's not a good enough reason. I call rubbish on that. And I was like, what do you mean? And so he kind of sat me down and he goes, mate, just do it. Do it for a laugh. You're not going to, I don't think you're going to become successful overnight. You just got to go with it and go from there. I thought, you know what? Let me think about it. He goes, nope. No thought about it. You're going to do it. He goes, you're coming to my house every week. And I go, Bob, you can't do that. Your family, your commitments as well. He goes, mate, every week you're coming over. You're going to prep what you got to prep. Do what you got to do. It's your thing. But you're coming over to record every week. And I was like, all right. So I did the first week, did the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's been a year and a half. So
How good's that?
it's good fun. So we kind of shifted away from good old Bobby's house. Now I'll do it in my own room.
And Bobby has his own podcast, by the way, ladies and gents. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah,
Jump
get
on
on it.
YouTube.
Very good.
Very good stuff.
Check out the book review you did, by the way. Very good book review.
Bro, I love that
Him
book.
and Pete?
Yeah,
Yeah, very
great
good.
book, great review.
We call ourselves the goats of the podcasting. You know, we call ourselves the 3 goats of the podcasting crew. Oh, boys.
Yeah, nice.
So that's how I got onto it. Bobby really pushed it. And I thought, you know what, at the end of the day, why not? I'm just having a laugh with it. And I've had my own WhatsApp chat. And I was stats with Stato for the last 5-6 years as well.
The one you kicked me out of?
Yeah, the one I kicked him out of was too annoying, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I had that, and I was always giving news to the boys every minute I could, just give it to an hour. But I thought, you know what, if I put it out on a podcast, you know, if I get people out there listening to it, maybe it could gain some momentum. And we bought out hats. So
I'm loving the hat, by the way,
Thank you,
ladies and
thank
gents. I only bought the hat to be supportive to him,
oh yeah,
but one of the most comfortable hats I own. I wear it every day to the gym if I need to wear a hat.
there you go.
And mate, comfortable hat.
I can confirm I'm not paying him to say all this stuff.
No, not at all.
I don't have the money.
He can't afford me.
Oh, here we go.
Can I say, I love hats, but any hat I wear gives me a headache. So unfortunately, you won't be seeing me. Yeah, hats and hair products give me a headache. So I won't be able to wear your hat. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, that's fine.
But if you come out with beanies or hoodies,
Did you buy one
Hang
at
on,
least?
just
I bought 2.
Oh, you bought 2.
I'm not wearing any of them.
You're a good man.
I
bro.
just like spending money.
like we touched on earlier. So hang on, so you get headaches when you
Migraines.
wear hats,
Headache-
migraines.
Headaches is like an
so
understatement.
so why a beanie?
I don't know.
Alrighty then. So
Nice.
what else? What else you want me to say on that, eh? What else can we say?
Maybe one day we'll do a counselling session with Goose on the
They
air. and
always
try to
tell me,
figure out
why
what's
do you
going
do up your hair? Why do you put product in it? It's because I get migraines. It's not worth it. I know beauty is pain, but no, I can't do it. I can't.
Beauty is pain.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What have you become?
I don't know.
on. You're something else, bro. That's it.
So that's how
This whole time, I've been telling you, my friend, to zap it whole like yeah, okay?
I had to fix yourself up properly.
Thank you.
Interpretation.
Gives you headaches.
Yeah,
Hair products gives you headaches.
yeah.
Ah.
Hairspray, hair gel.
Now I understand. Now I understand.
Now we get it. Now we understand why. But yeah.
So,
But in terms,
so league chat with this that happened.
yeah. And then it happened, and it's been just over a year because I bought it back. Actually, I started again. Obviously, just after it came back May 28.
Yeah.
With Project Apollo when they came in and bought the game back. That's when I kicked it off again. So I didn't do the first 2 rounds of last year. Kicked it off in round 3 in May, and
Yep.
just been doing it ever since.
Okay. Let me ask you then.
Tell me.
You happy you did it?
Yeah, very happy.
Is it where you wanted it to be
Listen, I gotta say,
at this stage?
yeah, stoked. I was very surprised just with the amount of people that would actually take the time and listen.
Mm-hmm.
I had a core group of maybe 3 that I thought would listen to it, and only 3. But for a while, obviously due to COVID shutting the whole world down pretty much, and shutting a lot of the sports down in the US especially.
In general.
Yeah, just I gained a lot of momentum in the US.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that
really?
was, yeah, so that was the only game that was available.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it was the only game that was available worldwide. Soccer shut down a little bit at that time. It was during the
The UFC
postseason.
was still going.
UFC was still going, you're right, but a lot
Very
of the
minimal,
people,
though. Very minimal, right?
yeah, very very minimal. But a lot of people were tuning in from definitely USA and Canada were tuning in to the NRL, and the NRL were very smart in streaming 3 games a week during that time. So it gained a lot of momentum. So a lot of people jumping in all over America listening to my podcast, which was pretty surreal. That was the big thing for me. I was like, what the heck? There are more than 3 people in Sydney that want to listen to it. But look, it's been good. It's fun.
That's it.
It's all it is. If you just got to go into it, like Bobby always said to me, mate, you just go in, you're doing it for fun. You're not doing it to be somewhere like, in Fox. You're not going to get there tomorrow. If you want to get there, you work hard at it. But you put in your mindset, you're just doing it for fun and you have a laugh and just see what happens, where it takes you. And I'm loving it.
Bro, if you're enjoying it, that's the main thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a good laugh.
That's it. It's a
a
good
lot
laugh.
of prep.
Yeah.
A lot of prep.
A lot of prep, right?
Wow.
Bro, ladies and gents, Stat came over to watch the Dogs game. And, by the way, we finally won.
About time, mate.
Mate, that was a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah, we'll get into it on my podcast, not here. We'll get into it, yeah.
And, man, he was taking notes the whole time, writing things down.
Like a
I've
nerd.
never seen you work this hard
Like a
at
nerd.
anything.
It's just I love
Yeah,
the
you're a
Bulldogs.
nerd. You're a
That's
nerd.
like an NRL nerd.
It's like dork because nerds are smart.
No, but I have this...
He got me.
He got
He got me. I got nothing.
He got you so good.
I
No,
got
but
nothing.
no. See, okay,
Yeah, there's
okay. But Goose, I have this theory. All right. Wait, I have this theory. Hold up. I have this theory
Yep.
that everyone is a nerd
In their own way.
in their own way. Now, you might not know what old mates are nerd at, but everyone is a nerd. Everyone calls me a nerd because I like Star Wars and movie stuff, right?
Again, dog.
Again, dog. We get it.
Okay, but you're a nerd when it comes to your anime stuff. This guy's a nerd with his footy stuff. Everyone's got their thing that they're a nerd at. Gee, what's your nerdy thing?
My nerdy thing.
You,
I've got one, bro. I'm not a dog.
no, you've got something.
I'm not a dog.
G doesn't know what his is, but
It's probably shoes.
you know what I'm saying? Everyone's a nerd.
Yeah, the shoe game. Brother, you love the shoe game.
There you go.
Yes, yes,
Yes, it's his shoes. See?
What are you wearing right now? What shoes you
Everyone-
got on now?
I gotta order.
All
My
right.
Adidas order first.
All right, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Thanks, bro. Thank you for showing us.
We weren't expecting this
No.
whatsoever.
No. This is extremely,
We need more
extremely
mics.
random.
We need more cameras,
Goose, can you spend some money on us,
and
bro?
we need
Thanks, bro. Look at you. Dollar bill, yeah.
we need someone to tame G because
Yeah.
he'll
Out
get
of
out of
control.
hand very quickly.
We'll see Jay every Monday. Nah. I'm sure.
But yeah, everyone's a nerd at something, and mate, yours is footy, and I'm glad it is because we get a good podcast every week. League chat with the stat, ladies and gents. The link is in the bio. It's in the description, whatever you want to call it.
Facebook, Insta, YouTube. Mate,
Follow
people US
him.
are jumping on it. Canada, France.
Listen, this is my
We get a
philosophy.
bit of a following, guys.
This is my
You'd
philosophy.
be
If
surprised.
if people in the US who have no business joining your podcast are listening to it, why aren't you? You're Aussies. Get on
It
it.
should be convicting, guys.
Oh, wow, that's very convicting.
Yeah, see?
I haven't heard a single
See?
one of his podcasts.
See? And he wants to be on my podcast.
Come on,
guys,
bro.
get a grip.
You're
Get a
one
grip.
of his best mates. You don't want to get onto. You don't want to listen to
Hey,
his
don't put words in
podcast.
my mouth.
Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth. We're not that close.
That's very true. I listen to it at the gym. I mean, I don't listen to it, but I listen to it. You know, what I
He's just in
mean?
the background.
It's just sitting there.
Oh wow.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate your support. If I can't get my own face to show me support, mate, shout out to the people in the US. I hate my friends.
Good on them, man. Good on them. They're jumping on it.
They love it. They love it.
And now they have another one to jump on, eh? Have a chat
know.
with Insta. By the
know.
way, ladies and gents, if you're on YouTube, you can jump on this on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, all those
Stitcher,
podcasting.
iHeartRadio.
Mate, you know more than I do.
Yeah.
all,
Just,
the podcast streams.
just those 5 or 6. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
we're gonna
much.
be on
Even
them as well.
Amazon have their own podcasting
Yeah.
stream now, so you can jump on that as well
But
if you want to get
Stat,
your podcasting fix.
you're not the only one that's got your own podcasting thing going on now.
I know.
I've actually got another one coming out.
They all just follow me, guys. They all just see. They want to be like me. What can I say?
Yeah,
One
okay,
year,
because
look
I
at me
didn't,
go.
I didn't try to convince you to do it for 3 years. That's fine.
Yeah, but who no. to me anyway? No,
Well, obviously you did, champ.
I listen to Bobby. Bobby,
Oh, wow.
my
Okay.
podcast OG. My
Okay,
podcasting
Thanks
OG.
for that, mate. All right. On top of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat, which is going to come out every week on either a Tuesday or Wednesday morning, right? We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, well,
It's going to be
again,
one of the two.
off the cuff.
It has to be one of the two. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Every week you're
Off
going to
the
see
cuff.
our faces.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Either way, every week you're going to be seeing mine and Stat's face. We're going to try to get it out. What is it? Tuesdays? Wednesdays? Try and make a decision.
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays? So Tuesday
Because it
night?
is Wednesday, my dudes.
Wednesday. I like that. Can I get added to that chat? That's another WhatsApp chat.
Can
man.
I get added
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that chat?
So I run WhatsApp basically, and everyone wants to be in all the
He
chats.
lives
on
for
me.
the WhatsApp chat. Anyway, so every Wednesday we're going to release an episode.
Yep.
Makes sense because you come over to edit the other one. Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Okay, so every Wednesday we're going to have a chat with Ray and Stat, and then on this same channel, so you don't have to follow another YouTube channel or subscribe to another one. We've got Talk to Me,
Tell us about Talk to Me.
and I'm excited about this one because this is something I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yep.
Basically, it's my interview podcast. Okay, let me put it to you this way. I love hearing stories. I love hearing people talk about how they got to certain places.
Yep.
Right? Like we just had a 2-minute talk about how League Chat with the Stat happened. I want that to be an hour. I want to talk about how did you get from point A to point B?
Yeah.
Or how did a person get to know Jesus Christ through their story? Give me your testimony. Let me know.
Yeah.
I learned so much from just talking to people, right? I was at a coffee with a mate, Bao, the other day. And we hadn't seen each other in probably a year, maybe, since pre-COVID. Last time you and I caught up with him, Goose.
Yeah.
And we were sitting down. We spoke for 2 hours. And I learned this guy's whole story, like stuff I'd never even considered to ask him about. And bro, I learned that the guy was like going to go join the army. He was going to do this, that, and the other. I learned so much from him. So I just want to learn from people. So I'm going to be going, interviewing people. I'm going to be going to them. So they're not going to be coming here. I'm going to be going to them.
Look at that.
And I'm going to be interviewing them, getting their stories, whether it be about business, family, or Christ, and just take it from there.
That's mad. It's good. How long have you had that in the works for?
Bro, I've had this idea in my head for at least 2 years, and I never pulled the trigger on it. And I finally started working on it 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Now I've got guests lined up, so every other week I'll go interview someone, talk to them,
That's
just
good.
get their story, bro.
It's very interesting.
Well, mate, like you think about it when you're going to ask advice from someone, right? Or you need help going in a certain direction. They give you their story. They tell you what they did.
Yeah.
Right. I want
sure.
the same thing, but for
like it.
everyone to know.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good. It's very good.
Like it? No.
So far, so good.
No
No,
follow up on that.
I got nothing. I think it's fantastic.
There you go.
I think I'll kill it.
What could you give me on Talk to Me?
Honestly, no advice.
No, I
But-
don't need advice from you. But what,
Well, yeah,
what
my-
story can I get?
Oh, ask and you shall receive. I have so many stories.
The one we went to school with no pants.
Not school,
Ah.
work.
Ah.
Yeah, it happened.
Okay.
A lot of work.
All right. You know
stories.
what, Goose? I'm because you're my mate and I love you. I'm gonna book you in.
Nice.
In about a month's time, you and I are gonna sit down. We're gonna do
Month's
Talk to Me.
time?
That's
What's
4
this waiting
episodes. That's
list?
four
Oh.
episodes down the line.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get the following, bro. I don't want you to just do it for no one.
Might as well listen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you know what? All right. I'm saying it on here. Goose is gonna be on my
On
podcast.
record.
Yeah, it's on record.
I'll sign a
and
record. He
everything,
won't be on mine. That way the people know as well.
Oh, it's, it's only
alright.
fair. I haven't heard it yet.
Mate, listen, I wouldn't be waiting. I wouldn't be complaining on a 4-week waiting list, bro. The fact
I
that he's
swear.
glued you in, you
I-
got,
I slowed
mate,
down.
the
Your
people
waiting
know.
list, like 2 months.
Nah,
3?
waiting list.
2 years.
Happy bit.
right? Hey.
But we'll see what happens, as they say.
But yeah, so that's going to be Talk to Me. That's going to be on this same channel. I'm excited because
Yeah.
we just got a lot of different things happening, a lot more content coming out. And listen, if you're sick of seeing mine or Stats faces,
Go audio only.
audio only.
Audio only. Audio
Yeah.
only.
I
Audio
was-
only.
I was
What
gonna,
an idiot.
You have an accident?
Audio only.
I was gonna say just unsubscribe, but that's so much better.
know
yeah,
what? Yeah.
do audio only.
Yeah, listen, if our faces are too much for you to bear, just listen to our voices.
Yeah, listen to our voice on your way to work, at the gym.
Wherever you are.
Yeah, and if you're sick of listening to our voices, chuck us on
My
YouTube.
voice.
Don't listen to Jay's voice. Chuck us on YouTube
Listen
and
to
put
Jay's
us
voice.
on mute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just pop up his views.
Yeah, just chuck us on the TV. You know, all that sort
Background
of
noise.
stuff. Yeah. Okay, before we go, last thing, and you know what? We've got Goose here, so we might as well get him to talk for us because. No. Goose, who are you? Give me a 10-second spiel of who you are, or 30-second spiel of who you are, what you do, what do we need to know about Goose?
Oh, okay. Well, my name's Joseph, but my nickname's Goose. I don't know. What do you need to know about me? Do I need to tell him my age or?
Brother, if you want to.
What I
Cousin,
do
whatever.
for work?
This is
Mate,
your,
whatever you-
we're giving you the spotlight here.
Brother,
bro. This is
you
you.
wanna
I'm
jump
under
on our
pressure
podcast,
here.
brother.
This
You wanna
is
jump on our
ready. I'm
podcast?
dripping.
Off the cuff, Kazi. Off the
I
cuff.
know.
Off the
the
cuff,
cuff.
brother. Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Well,
All right. All right. Joey,
yeah.
you're Goose.
Right.
Okay.
How do I get that name?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, okay.
He had a bit of a direction. He just crushed it.
Well, let's save that for Talk to Me, bro. I don't want you to
Okay,
ruin
okay.
that story.
No problem. So talk to me.
What do you do for work?
I work at the Service New South Wales Centre in Bankstown.
Nice. So you're a driver tester.
I'm a driver tester.
Okay. Are you a Christian?
I am Christian.
When did you become a Christian?
I would say at the age of 14, I accepted Christ.
Okay. All right. Last thing,
Yeah.
and this one you can go on as long as you want for. You look very nervous.
Which
bro.
anime? What's my favorite
No,
anime?
no, no.
My favorite anime.
Definitely not that.
Okay, my top 10?
No,
My top
no,
10?
definitely not that
Okay,
either. What's your passion? What is your passion in life? Like, what drives you? What pushes you? What's your purpose?
I love helping people. I know that sounds very cliche, but if you look
Mm-hmm.
at my my track record in terms of work, I always excelled in customer service. Now, that doesn't mean I like customer service, but I'm very good at it. It's just very natural. It comes very natural to me to go above and beyond for people.
Okay, so is there anything specific that you like helping people with?
No. I always thought about if I was a tradie, I'd pick the trade that most people need.
Sure.
Or if I ran a business or run a business, well, I don't know. This isn't a grammar contest.
It'd be nice if you got it right.
All
but
right,
that's fine.
Yeah, if I had a business, It would be one. It wouldn't be a useless one. It would be one that obviously make money, but one that people would need, and
Okay.
one I can help people with.
Sure.
I guess that's just my personality. Ever since I've been young, I just liked helping people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I guess in terms of spiritual gift, that is my spiritual gift.
Yeah. So spiritually, what's your drive spiritually then?
It's funny enough, I preached about it this week. It's serving God by serving others.
I like that.
If I said it again in my sermon, Jesus Christ set the example on earth by serving others. Why do we think that we don't need to do the same?
Good point.
It's good.
Yeah. And you, from what I remember, that was First Chronicles, right?
That's what I preached about. Yeah, I preached
it was-
about David. Yeah,
And his building wanting to build the temple.
wanting to build the temple, and how sometimes in life God closes the door on us instead of sulking and getting bitter and angry and sour and pushing God away because He said no. You find any reason to worship and to serve God, and with that attitude, you're only going to move forward. The attitude of complaining and holding a grudge, it's only going to set you back, and that's a principle in life. But
Yeah, I like that.
That's good.
Anything on that stuff?
Um,
Move my close to you.
Yeah, we'll shift it back here, bro. Nah, I think that's very good. Obviously, I'm very good mates with Big Lucy Goosey over here. But you see that in his life, where you see that he's always willing to serve others and put himself last in order to ensure that other people are happy, and other people, they just get served. He's got that drive. He's got a good heart. He's always willing to sacrifice whatever he's doing, for the cause of Christ.
And
I think that's the most important
Well,
thing.
and that's the point of being a Christian, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Our point in life is to fulfill the Great Commission, help others see that they are in need of Christ,
Yeah.
that they need Him to move on, to have a home with Him in heaven, and to push forward. And you see that in the ministries you're in, you see that in the work you do, bro. It's so important that we make sure that whatever we're doing, we're moving that gospel message. We're pushing that forward.
Yeah, look at the word joy. Just before I pass it on to you, but you look at the word joy, and I remember listening to this in school. Where it's, Jesus first, others second, yourself last. You see that in his life. You just see how with Goose, he's just always willing to, whatever it's in the other person's best interest, he just wants to help them for the glory of Christ, and he's willing to put Christ first in everything he does. And then he's willing to put others' needs right after that. And then once that's all done and dusted, he will then look after what he needs to look after himself, And I think it's really good. And you see that the sacrificial love he has for people. So it's big. It's good.
I'll marry him.
Thanks.
Of course you would.
appreciate it. The reality is, I'll take you up.
There's always a comment. There's always a comment.
Always.
The reality is, whether you like it or not, as a Christian, you reflect Christ. So anything you do in life, whether it's good or bad, people aren't going to look at you and judge you. They're going to look at you and judge Christ, because Christ is the one that lives in you.
And you see that all the time, right? Like anytime you do something wrong or you stuff up,
There's
the
like,
first
Christian
thing,
does that.
yeah, that's the first thing that. No, he's
I get that a
100%.
lot.
You're 100% right, because they're not saying, "Oh, can you believe what Ray did?" They go, "Can you believe what this Christian did?" I
That's
thought
what
he was a
Christians
Christian.
do these days. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a Christian, and it just shows the power of our testimony, how important it is to have a correct testimony and to push that right testimony, right? And I completely forgot to tell you, I want to do a verse of the week every week, like
I like it.
towards the end of the show.
This is very
And-
new, by the way. I didn't know about this
so
before.
sorry, guys. So sorry, bro.
it's fine.
But this actually ties into the verse of the week that I wanted to do this week, and the reason for it is because it's my life verse, my favorite verse all time. John 3:30. He must increase, but I must decrease. So John the Baptist is talking to his disciples, right? His disciples are complaining. They're like, this Jesus guy is getting more popular than you. They've got more fame. He's got more fame. People are following him. They're not following you anymore. Aren't you sick of that? Like, let's do something about it. So John the Baptist says to him, hey, listen, you guys are forgetting that my whole purpose was to point people to him. And he uses an example of a wedding. And he talks about, when you're the best man, it's not your job to get all the glory and to get people to look at you. It's your job to get people to look at the bride or the bridegroom. And so then he concludes that by saying, he must increase, but I must decrease. And that's my life verse, my life motto. In everything I do in life, including this, I know this says have a chat with Ray and Stat and our names are on it and whatever, but the whole point of this is so that people can see Christ. They can see Christ through us.
Yeah.
And so eventually, at the end of the day, he ends up getting the glory. Like you were talking Goose up before, and bro, 100%, it was all true. But I know for a fact that Goose is all about giving God the glory.
Yeah.
Increasing Christ.
Yeah.
And so that's our verse for the week. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I love it. It's a good little segment.
It's a
Little
good
segment.
verse, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that verse other than what I just said?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head with that. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
Actually,
well,
perfect.
look, I don't care where you're at. I don't care what ministry you're in, what you do for work, whether you're in school, you're at work, whatever it is, everything you do, and it doesn't have to be spiritual things. Everything you do in life, think about how that gives glory to God. Think about how you can point others to Christ. You can give him the glory, and then you're going on the decrease. It's a very selfless way to live, and it goes back to what you're saying about joy.
Yeah.
You know, it's putting Jesus first and making sure that you're not receiving that credit.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Very
man.
good.
I like it. Okay, so Stat, before we wrap up today,
Talk to me.
how about you? What's your passion? What's the thing that drives you? What's the thing that moves you forward?
Yeah, just there's a lot of things actually. But where do I start? With me, I don't know where to start, eh?
Okay, well,
for me, like so obviously, having been growing up in the church and serving, our God for over 10 years now. I got saved at the age of 8, and then went through a bit of a bumpy road. Rededicated my life at the age of 16. Got baptized at the age of 18. And I've just got a passion to help people, kind of like Goose. Where just making myself available for everyone. If there's ever a time where something needs to be done and someone can't do it, if they need a lift. Little story on that. I got my P's at the age of 18, left it a little late. And the second I got my P's and I jumped in the car and meant to take my first cruise, I said, God, this car is yours. It's not mine. Whoever needs a lift anywhere, whether it's just a hangout, whether it's we're doing something related to church. If someone just needs to be somewhere and can't make it for whatever reason, let me be that tool that you can use me for. And ever since then, that's kind of been like my ministry. So my passion is just to be able to assist people in any way I can. Kind of like Goose in the sense where just being able to, just whatever anyone needs, whether it be people in the church, people on the outside of church, whatever if they need something, just being available for them to do it for God and let God receive the glory for that.
I love that. That's good. And I like that whole story about getting your car and dedicating it to the Lord, telling him, look, whatever happens with this car, it's for you. And that's a way to look at life, bro. And that's a very, for a kid, 17?
17, 18, yeah.
That's a very mature thing for a 17, 18-year-old to say, bro. That's full on.
Comes off the back of a verse that I love, Psalms 37:4. It says, delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Yeah. You look at that verse, you delight yourself in the Lord, and whatever you ask of him, that, if it's what God wants, he'll give it to you. And if he's involved and it's his will, he'll give it to you. You just got to delight yourself in him constantly and consistently. And that's where my motivation comes from in that passage.
Nice.
Like, that's your verse of the week. That's my love verse.
I like that.
Just delighting myself in God and letting him take care of everything else.
That's full on.
Yeah.
I like it.
Not bad.
I'm just sitting here waiting for one of you to ask me what pushes me, but that's okay.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, let's wrap up.
You beat me to it.
Got him.
You're not allowed to wrap it up, Goose. This isn't your show. That's
No, this is mate. Do you say anywhere it says Goose in the name?
No.
Yeah, sorry, brother. Sorry, soon, one day.
One day.
I'm buying everything tonight.
Everything to
That was good. But yeah, guys, look, that's pretty much what Have a Chat with Ray and
no,
Stat
no,
is.
no. He's still trying to wrap it up.
I'm really trying to wrap this up.
No.
All right. What pushes you? No. But I know seriousness.
Did you not read the notes? You're meant to ask this question,
Cause-
bro.
I think we know how to read.
Hey, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. This is the one podcast where everything's off the cuff. I don't have to do much. It's very good.
It's very true.
I'm so happy. I
You
can't explain
don't have
it.
to think, eh?
Oh.
How good is it? See, well, that's
Unbelievable.
all you, bro. Just conversation.
It's fun.
Just talk.
With the boys, having a laugh.
You feel
It's
free.
always good fun. Huh?
You feel free.
Yeah, okay. Apparently. Yeah, right? So I hate this guy. But so you obviously just earlier you gave us, what kind of motivates you, what your life verse is, but what pushes you to continually do your best for God?
Well, the passion that I think he's given me very clearly is to work with young people, right? Kids, teenagers, all that. Like, that's basically what I've dedicated my life to in the church, and seeing those ministries grow in any way I can. But on top of that, I think a secondary one was also content. And if I want to wrap it all up, kids, teens, young adults, content, all that, it's being able to spread God's word in different ways. And it's what you two said before. It was, let's do what we can to help others see what they need spiritually, see their spiritual potential, and help them grow. And I think that's it for me as well, is I want to see God's word moved. I want Christianity to not just be something minute or something small or the minority has it, but I want it to be the norm, bro. Christ gave us a mission. He told us to preach the gospel to every creature and teach them and move and move and move. And I think that's it. And I think that was one of the reasons I really wanted to do this, was show, you can be a Christian, you can have fun, you can have a laugh, and you can live a life that pleases the Lord.
Yeah, that's very good.
Oh man, that's what he's
like it.
laid on my heart. It's different. Yeah.
It's good.
It's sad that we grow up in an age where having fun is breaking the rules or doing stuff that are immoral or doing stuff against God. When the reality is, the best joy and living for God is like the best thing you can do. There's a certain joy you get from living from God and doing things for God that you won't get anywhere else.
It's inexplicable, eh?
Yeah, and it says in Ecclesiastes, the end of Ecclesiastes, that was written, by the way, by the wisest man to ever live, Solomon, other than Jesus Christ, where it says, in conclusion, the whole purpose of us is to serve God and obey His commandments. And if we don't do that, then we're essentially not living to our full purpose. So we're living a life trying to chase after, certain joy that are like seasons, they come and go, and we just constantly be chasing after periods of joy here and there, but at the end of the day, we're just empty. But if we live as Christians and we live for God, no matter what we do, we'll always have that joy in us. And it's a shame that in this day and age, people just think that I need to get drunk, or I need to do drugs, or I need to, sleep with this person or so on to enjoy my life. But when the reality is, but the reality is, the best joy you're ever going to have is living for Christ.
It's funny, I don't remember who said it, but I think it was either last year or the year before, a pop star said it, a singer. He goes, who was it? No, I'm not going to remember. He said this, right? He goes, I've had it all. I had #1 albums. I got any girl I wanted. I was partying every night. Anything I wanted was at my command. I had all the money, but for some reason I still feel empty. And it's full on. You're right, Goose. It's not about, trying to accumulate all this stuff. It's about living your life for God. And if you don't, your life is going to be pointless and useless.
People don't realize that you can spend your whole life working. I know there's a joke going around that I'm all about the money because I love to work. But I'm joking. But the thing is, you can work your whole life trying to be rich, and you can be rich. And you can work your whole life trying to be famous, and you could be famous. You can work your whole life trying to have a great amount of friends, and you might have that. And you work your whole life trying to get as many cars as you want, and so on and so on. But at the end of the day, when you die, you can't take none of that with you. So none of that's going to matter. It's like working towards something that has no reward at the end of it.
100%, bro.
The Bible talks about it as well. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul?
Yeah.
Talking about that pop star that had it all, and had #1 albums, and did all the drugs and experimented everything, and then you come to a point where he goes, I still feel like there's something missing, and that what he's missing is Christ.
100%, bro. And that's a cliche, big cliche, but it's legit. And if you don't know Christ, you're listening to this or whatever it is, man, there's something else about it. Like, you can't explain the change in your life more than what goes down, bro. Because what he does and how he changes your motives, he changes your mindset, your lifestyle, the way you make your choices, the way he changes all that is unreal. It's crazy. It's
pretty crazy. Like, we talk about those big reality stars, and even just people that are regular day to day that have worked and have forged out themselves successful careers. and then they still say with everything that they have and everything they've gained, they're still missing something. That's the crazy part of it all. You know, they've gained everything that the world had to offer, and yet there was that main
They
thing that they
lost
were
it.
missing.
Yeah, they didn't realize.
But then when you try to, if the opportunity ever came where they must have heard about God, they were like, God, who's that? And get out of my face.
Yeah.
And reject that straight away without even thinking, you know what, it could be something, you know? It could be something real that I'm not really taking into account.
Juicy.
And there's just a false idea that I believe that the devil is just spreading around the world that the purpose of life, what's the purpose of life? And I've heard so many different types, and it's just being happy. Like, that's just so easy to do. Like, what's the purpose of life? Oh, be happy. But, you know, you look at some people's situations, some people, you know, it's just how it is.
Okay.
They have it tough.
But what brings happiness?
Exactly.
So, like you were saying before, you can try fill it with money, with people, with drugs, whatever it is, with stuff. Like, what's happy?
Exactly. Can I tell you, I've heard a saying, once you make it, you've had it. That pretty much means that once you reach the end, that's it. Like, there's nothing left for you. Like, that's it. You've had it.
Yeah.
And can I tell you, chasing after all those things can only make you happy for so long, but that runs out eventually.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who have a lot of money and are always depressed and not fulfilled, and have gone through different types of marriages because the one marriage wasn't fulfilled, and you know their kids. Some of them, they don't know who they are.
It's that void, bro. It's that void of trying to find Christ, but filling that spot with something else.
And can I tell you, I know Christians who, for a fact, I know don't make a lot of money, but are living the happiest of their lives. Their family's healthy. Their kids, they know who their kids are. They listen to them. They have a happy marriage with their wife, and you can see how much God blesses them. They don't need to be technically financially rich.
Yeah.
But God blesses those who are obedient to Him.
That's it, bro. That's it. And I guess that's what we're gonna do, Stat.
Yeah, bro.
We got deep. We
Just
got
like
deep.
that.
I love it.
Just like I said, we were going to wrap it up, and then we went on a 20-minute spiel.
Well, that's what it's about, bro.
It's good.
We get there. We get there.
Good.
So
we have the laugh, and then we get into the serious stuff. Yeah, that was a cracking chat, boys.
wasn't planned, but
Yeah,
that's what I like about this
off
stuff.
the
bro.
cuff.
That's it. Off the cuff.
OTC.
Hashtag off the cuff.
We're going to make a shirt with like a hand like this.
I like it.
I love the ideas.
I love it,
On
bro.
your podcast. Nah.
Coming out tonight.
Do you wanna be our merch guy?
I can be an anime guy too.
No, we'll get you to be
Listen,
our
we'll
merch
stick with
guy.
merch. If you
We'll
do
stick
well,
with merch.
maybe we'll go around that direction. We'll
Let us
get
know.
around to
All
it.
right, let us know in the comments, ladies and gents. Do you want an off the cuff T-shirt? Hashtag off the cuff.
And if you want my top 10 animes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
let us know if you want Goose's top 10 animes. But let us know what you think of that verse of the week, John 3:30. He must increase, but I must decrease. But yeah, so this is what we're going to do. So every Wednesday morning, I reckon, this is going to pop up.
Yeah.
This week is going to be early. It's going to be Tuesday morning. When's League Chat with the Stat come out?
Yeah, that comes out about Wednesday morning.
Oh, it comes out. Look at that. You get 2 shows, 1 hit.
Yeah.
So League Chat with the Stat 8 a.m. You've got have a chat with Ray and Stat at 8 a.m. Make your choice. Choose one. Watch the other right after. It's your double dose of Stat on a Wednesday.
Hey, let me tell you, it's pretty crazy for all those big podcasting fans.
Hey, mate, it's good. And I'm going to try to release Talk to Me on Mondays.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to give you Wednesday. You've had enough of Wednesday. I'll take the Monday.
Beautiful.
All right.
I've got to have my own day, you know?
Okay.
Second
Talk to.
podcast, look at me.
We'll see what goes down. I'm hoping to have the first episode next week. Not too sure yet. But you've got to be a guest on that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Beautiful.
I don't know if I want you on episode 1 though. I'm thinking about it now.
No.
That's
bro.
3 stat 1 week. That's brutal.
It's very heavy, but hey, the people want it, brother. The people want it. The
Do
people
they
love
want
it.
Do they want it though?
Listen,
That's the
maybe
question.
the 3 in the US want it.
The 3 in
The
the
people, my homies in the US, they got me down packed. And the guy, yeah, and I've got a loyal guy in France. There's one guy, since I started, there's one guy in France, every single week listens to it. It could be someone I know in France.
What a
But I don't know
gentleman.
anyone who's in France, but hey, that's, if it's best, I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so Mondays we've got Talk to Me.
Yep.
Wednesdays we've got League Chat with the Stat and have a chat with Ray and Stat. That's exciting.
It's a lot of stats.
But this is what I've decided I'm going to set out a challenge for the listeners.
Yeah.
Okay. We just started this thing. We're excited about it. We're pumped. We love the support we're already getting, and it's only been about 2 hours since we announced this thing. So we want at least 10 subscribers by the end of the week.
It's not that hard.
Not that hard. 10 people. 10 people. I want 10 people subscribed on YouTube. I reckon we can get it. We've got Goose and G in the room already. That's 2.
So
But
what's up?
Goose hasn't listened to League Chat with the stats. So I don't know if he's going to listen to this.
Ah.
I have attention span of a rock, so it's quite hard for me.
So there's a good chance when we go back and release this one, you probably won't listen to this one either.
Well, well, don't worry. We're
Well,
gonna
there you go.
Because you got the attention span of a rock, we're going to help people like you out. We're going to do clip outs. So throughout the week, there's going to be like a 6-minute clip, a 3-minute clip of the show. So I want 10. You reckon we get 10? I want 10 subscribers.
Yeah, doable.
Doable. 10
little
subscribers.
goal.
Get on it.
Good little
You know?
goal. Next, we're gonna ask for 150. But
Hey,
hey, you know what?
hey,
We
we're
get
gonna
10
start
first.
small. We start
10
small.
first. We'll see what happens.
Start small, then we go big.
Yeah.
Listen, give us 10 subscribers by the end of the week. Just click the subscribe button, like the video, comment on it, talk to us about the conversation. Did you like the conversation? What do you want us to talk about?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what we were talking about? Comment on anything. Let us know. We want you guys part of the
There's
conversation.
particular things you want us to discuss. Yeah, chuck it in the comment section. Let us know.
Hey, maybe they'll be lucky enough to be sitting in Goose's seat next week.
Man, and
Would've
just spam the comment section if you want more Goose.
Spam that comment section if you want more Goose. Ladies and gents, that is Goose. That's Stat. I'm Ray. Thanks for having the chat.
So you guys, take it easy.
Stato.